What is going on, y'all? Welcome to Wrestling World. And if you watched Monday Night Raw last night, you'll know The Miz lost to Gunther. And my question is now, is what's next for The Miz? So let's dive right into it. Okay, so The Miz, we know, has legitimized the Intercontinental Championship like he had been doing for years. Now, we know that the IC title has not been the IC title for years until The Miz had it, now Gunther had it, and now it's getting a lot more attention than it has in recent years. And some of you might disagree with that, I don't know. But literally, to me, the IC title never really meant as much until, guys like The Miz and Gunther had it. Now, I will say I'm not the biggest fan of The Miz. If you listen to my podcast on Spotify or Apple, then you know what I mean. You'll know my opinion, and I'm just not a big fan. I will say The Miz has grown on me a little bit in recent years, but I was just never a fan. And so the fact that Miz losing this championship means he can never challenge for the title again as long as Gunther is champion. Okay, so that's not a big deal. But what is next for Gunther? Now we know that he's going to continue this reign. Okay, so The Miz can't ever challenge for this title again. Now, that doesn't mean he can't go after the world title, Seth Rollins title. They might have Miz go after a tag team title. The Miz right now is officially a babyface, so that can open some doors for him for the first time in a while. It's very rare that The Miz is a babyface, so this is a decent move for The Miz. Now, we know that The Miz is never a babyface. We know that he could go for Seth Rollins. He could go for the tag titles if he finds a partner. They could move him over to SmackDown. He can go for the U.S. title. Who knows? But there's a lot of open doors for Miz. Now, The Miz necessarily does not need a title, and The Miz has done a great job of putting other talent over. So that's what I think he will continue to do. The Miz is up there in age, but The Miz has done a great job of putting talent over. So I think that The Miz does not need a title to be over as a heel or a baby face because he's very popular as it is. So that's where I stand. But what's your thoughts, guys? What do you think is next for The Miz? Sound off in the comments. I know I'm not the biggest Miz fan, and I did admit that on this channel, but he has grown on me. I will say that. I do think he did well against Gunther. He did have a decent match, and he can wrestle, when needed. I do think he put on one of the best performances he's had in a while against Gunther, the first two matches he's had. So I do think that, WWE has some decent plans for The Miz, but we'll see. But sound off.